There are times where I love this job. And there are times where I will take a break from all the stuff I'm writing on the board here on a Saturday, which is a busy day, because I got preview boards to get ready. I got a power rankings to get ready for you fine people. But what a story just unfolded with Toronto. And I will talk about it in the review, but wow. When you see an emergency goaltender go in, you have no idea what you're getting. And they just named him one of the stars of the game, and they just interviewed him. He gets the win. David Ayers becomes a folk hero. He becomes a legend for Carolina. This could potentially be a turning point for this team. They even said towards the end of the game, this could be one of those things that binds the players to one another, and they say, you know what, this is a great win, and wow. He was wearing a Marlies helmet. At the beginning, he's wearing Maple Leaf shorts, which I was like, what in the world? And between the second and the third, they found him a red pair of shorts, so he at least matched his jersey. And he'd been the Zamboni driver for the Marlies, and apparently his wife blew up Twitter, and his friends were behind the net. And what I like is apparently Eric Howlett told him, look, let in 10 goals. We don't care. You're the emergency goaltender kind of thing. Just have fun out there. And in between the second and the third, he relaxed. Now, there are Leaf fans that are going to point out, and rightfully so, that they didn't storm the net. But at the same time, there was this, and again, I'll get into it in the review, but there was this, it kind of felt Vegas-like. Vegas in its first year, they were down to their number, 6 goaltender? They went through so many goalies. And their game changed, and it went from this exciting, upbeat, up-tempo game to, okay, we can't allow shots, because this guy in the net, he's not so good with shots. So they would box everything to the outside, and they would make you pay the price to get to the net, and they would play a really solid defensive style. And I watched Carolina do that tonight. And Peter Mrazek, James Reimer, watching this, are probably thinking, you know what? It'd be great if these guys keep this work ethic from game to game. And if we see this more often. When Mrazek left this game, I thought, well, that's it for Carolina then. I mean, it's a great story that this guy's going in the net, but that's going to end it for Carolina. And then 2 goals go in, and you go, yeah, that's it then. This is the greatest story, and I'm going to let you guys in on the truth. I couldn't turn away from this game. I couldn't turn away from this story because it felt really, really important. And it feels like this is something we're going to be talking about ages down the road, months, years down the road. We're going to be talking about a Zamboni driver going into the net for the Carolina Hurricanes and emerging as the goaltender of record. He gets the win. And I was kind of mad at Jim Houston when about 5 minutes left, he goes, he's the goaltender of record. And I'm like, zip it, Jim. You jinxed this. I'm going to be so mad. And not because of which team I was cheering for, because I was cheering for this guy, 42-year-old, hasn't played a competitive game of hockey in 5 years. And his phone starts blowing up, like, you better go in there. And he's like, whatever. Like, because, right, you're the emergency goaltender. You're not going to be needed. And he was. So I would look for Nedeljkovic to get called up by Carolina. I would look for somebody else to get called up. Who else? Do you bring up both guys from the AHL? I don't know what's going to happen here. But I would look for Carolina to bring up a couple of goalies. Unless one of them, it's just a day-to-day thing. But this was huge. This feels like a really important moment, and it's one of those things that happens in hockey that is unique to hockey. So Scott Foster, you've had a good run as the folk hero of hockey, get pushed aside now by David Ayres, who was just a great story. So I am half tempted to do a career video on him because, man, that is some story, and it's likely going to be one of the biggest stories that we see this season. So if you watch the game, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I understand Leaf fans probably aren't going to be happy about it, but for me, just as a hockey fan and as somebody that people know I cheer for the underdog, that is like the ultimate underdog story. Hey, you haven't played goal before, get in the net. Well, I've played goal, but not at this level. The same thing, get in the net. And the fact, too, that they showed Brind'Amour that as Mrazek left the ice, Brind'Amour kind of had this look like, oh, crap, which is understandable because now both of his goalies got hurt in a period of about an hour. So, you can understand the goalie being the coach being kind of exasperated seeing 2 goaltenders get hurt, but He's got to be happy with the end result. And for Carolina, this could be an absolutely huge win. So, and by extension, the loss for Toronto, just mind blowing. So we'll get into that when we do the review later. I do have other action to watch tonight, and I would imagine this story will have legs and will continue. And I wanted to just get some of this energy out now, so that we can get down to just normal business, and I can get this out so I can watch the rest of hockey and just calm down. Because that was, what a story. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. I love the sport of hockey. I love the National Hockey League. I love this. This is a great story, and I'm just so happy to have witnessed this tonight. This makes me feel very fortunate that I do this as my job, because that's not a game that I don't think that if I had a hockey channel I necessarily would have been watching. I probably would have been watching one of the other games. Might not have even known that was going on. So thank you guys too. I will talk to you again very soon.